I'm Tom.
And I'm Stephanie, and today we're going to tell you what it actually costs to travel across country. A lot of RVers and friends and family have asked us politely, because they don't want to be rude, how much it actually costs for us to travel across country.
Yeah.
So we thought, we're going to be honest with you, we saved every blessed receipt that we spent. This one had my purse stuffed full of receipts.
Yep. It looked like a CVS receipt after, 2 or 3 days after CVS.
Well, it looked like a CVS receipt on steroids is what it looked like. But so we pretty accurately documented the expenses of our cross-country trip, and we're going to share them with you. The first thing, obviously, the biggest expense that we had was, who knew, gasoline.
Da, 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 da.
Now, we have well, why don't you tell them what we have?
We renovated a beautiful, she is now, a work in progress.
Indeed.
The Breezy, that's what we call her. She's a 1998 Class A 31-foot RV. The power plant is a Chevrolet 454 Vortec V8 7.4 liter. So it is a monster engine, and she loves fuel. But I got to be honest, she did pretty good on a lot of cases. And the thing is about the cross-country travel is you get in so many different terrains.
Right.
You get in some sections where, it's flat for hundreds of miles.
Like Iowa.
And basically, you feel like you're coasting. You're not even using the accelerator. So it gets, decent gas mileage at some point. I figured out, seriously, the best gas mileage. I know your people don't believe this, but we didn't overload it. We're not towing. So, it's just is what it is, with our equipment and our clothes and our dogs and cats. But it appeared in some moments, in some areas, we were getting 10 miles to the gallon.
And we purposely did things during the renovation to help us with that. We removed cabinet doors. We have a number of open cabinets that we use baskets for instead of the heavy cabinet doors. We took off the heavy refrigerator panel. Those refrigerator panels had to weigh a good 30, 40 pounds. It was astounding when I took those out.
So, think about that when if you're renovating an RV on your own.
Absolutely.
It's amazing the little stuff you don't think about adds so much weight.
It does.
I think the RV itself is rated as a gross vehicle at 13,500 pounds. So, it's a big boy. Girl. The Breezy. And there were sections too. Like I said, when we were climbing mountains,
Nevada,
and so on and so forth. You're talking
Utah.
It's going to suck some gas, and maybe we were lucky to get 6 to 8 miles per gallon. I really couldn't tell because I just judged it on what I was putting in and what we're putting out.
And how far we were traveling.
Exactly, on a daily basis, because we were trying to do 300 miles a day on this trip.
Right.
And I only, I'd get 300 miles out of, a little more than half a tank of gas. And so it's a 75
gallon tank, right?
Yeah. So that's how I was figuring it out. It's hard to judge the price because the prices varied so much.
Right, from state to state.
Exactly. So it's hard to really budget financially from a dollar standpoint versus how many gallons you're going to use.
Right.
Because, some states you're at 220 or 220,
Yeah.
And you get out to California, some
340,
places
370.
Yeah, I mean you can get 390 out in California.
So our total gas bill was $2,213.
Not bad, huh?
Now that's 30 days of travel. We covered 20 states, 4 time zones, every sort of terrain, like Tom said, mountains. The mountains of Nevada and Utah, the flats of the central states. We had hot weather, we had cold weather, we had rain, we had wind. So we covered just about every driving condition you can possibly think of. But for 30 days, we spent $2,213.
And Breezy did Donner's Pass.
Yep, we did Donner's Pass. And we're going to do another video on Donner's Pass because I got to tell you, it is not as scary as you have been told.
Oh, no.
Sorry about that with the camera.
Breezy took that on like a champ.
Now, the second largest expense was, of course, lodging. And our choice for all of the nights that we were traveling on this 30-day cross-country trip were paid campgrounds. Primarily KOAs, but we stayed at the Cal Expo RV Park in Sacramento. We stayed, other than that, at just several private campgrounds, but the majority of them were KOAs.
Yep.
Our total price for 30 nights on the road in commercial paid campgrounds was, are you doing a drum roll?
Do.
There you go. $1,222. And there again, for 30 nights, I just don't think that's bad.
No, I mean, when you consider you can go to a hotel, I mean, any hotel today is like anywhere from 200 to 400.
Yeah. I mean, you can stay in $39 a night hotels.
I've never seen
Do
one
you
of
really
those.
want to do that?
You mean to tell me where those are?
Okay, the next category is groceries and RV supplies. That's our third largest category. And for 30 days, the total on that, we don't need a drum roll. For 30 days, the total on that was $808. And I'll be honest with you, we enjoy eating, we enjoy cooking, we enjoy buying the local food. So we don't skimp when it comes to groceries and food.
Yeah, I mean, if we could just reaffirm that we weren't on a budget. We were just
This
gonna
was
have
a
good
trip of
time.
a lifetime for us.
I mean,
It was
so-
the 30th wedding anniversary trip, and we were enjoying what we wanted to enjoy.
We didn't buy anything we wanted at any time, so
Yeah.
this is no budget.
Now, the fourth highest category was eating out and beverages.
Yep.
And that was $594. And that includes, some really, really nice experiences at Live
Absolutely.
Jazz Club in Sacramento. My gosh, I can't even think of what all that does include. But as Tom said, this was a trip of a lifetime for us, and we wanted to do what we wanted to do to enjoy it. So eating out and beverages came to $594. The fifth highest expense we had was repairs and maintenance. These were unexpected. Our starter went out on us in Indiana, and we had another little situation in Rollins, Wyoming, and those repairs came to that $445 total. We debated whether or not we were going to include them in expenses for the trip because, quite honestly, they could have gone out here at home as easily as on the road. They would have been expenses no matter where we were. So, but we decided in fairness and in transparency to include that so you know exactly what we spent. And the final category, the smallest and silliest, were souvenirs. And we spent a whopping $20 on souvenirs. So you can
I got a hat.
He got a hat. I got a purse.
I got a hat.
And a t-shirt, I think. So you can see we're not big spenders that way.
I noticed you probably didn't add the Woodbridge Reserve visit to this.
No, that was in the eating out and beverages.
Gotcha.
So
What
yes.
an experience that was.
Yeah, if you're in Kentucky, go to the Woodford Reserve Distillery.
Best bourbon
Do
in the
yourself
world.
a favor. So obviously these costs don't include the RV itself. We're going to be doing a whole other video on exactly what we've spent on the RV, and I think you're going to be surprised at that as well. But it is incredibly accurate because, all jokes aside, we did keep every receipt because we wanted to know ourselves what we spent. So the grand total for the trip, here again, 30 days, 20 states, the grand total is $5,312 for 30 days of travel across this beautiful United States. And I, for one, thought that was a good deal.
I was shocked. I thought it was a little over $8,000. But she told me that, I was really happy.
So, you could spend more than us, you could spend less than us, you could have a completely different RV, you could be towing, you could be driving a Class A, you could be in a camper van. Your expenses will vary, but I think this is a pretty good guideline of perhaps the bare minimum that you're probably going to spend.
Yeah, it's a good guide. Like I said, it's our guide, and it's what we actually did. So,
And
it's
we hope it
honest.
helps.
Yep.
So that's it for us. Hopefully we'll see you on the road.